Hello, everybody. How's it?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic, and you?
Good, thanks.
How's it, Chantal?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, good.
Just excuse Lisa today. We've got a big deadline for a project that's due tomorrow. So that's hard finishing off, but I'll catch her up on whatever she misses out.
Nothing wrong with working hard, eh? So, all good. What on this? Thank you. All right. Let's just see who we still waiting for. Looks like one or two. So Bianca, did you do your homework after all that?
So James, I have been trying on LinkedIn. I've been working a bit on my profile, so at least I listened well last time, and hopefully I've learned my lesson. But I've all been staging through, and I was still looking what exactly must I do? But I hope I've got it covered.
Okay, you'll have to be speaking to Nisha then. Oops. Oh, there we go. Looks like Lenny's having some issues, challenges.
I'm struggling with the LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I don't know how to operate it.
I'm
really struggling.
Which part of it?
Everything. Somebody's profile popped up, and then I didn't even know how to close that in order to put on my picture, and then I couldn't adjust my picture. And
all right, there's
too many things happening there that I don't.
Breathe. We'll show you how to do it. It's actually relatively simple once you get into it. It's not. Yeah, it's not as scary as you think. It was just I don't know, the LinkedIn ghosts obviously decided that you needed a pep talk. No, it's not. It's quite simple. You'll see. I think I wouldn't stress too much about it because at this point you're doing the work just to get on top of it to learn what's happening on your profile. Once you've got that up and running, then you can start to worry about it. Because remember, after that, I'm going to show you how to actually change your profiles. So I'm going to show you some cool tricks on how to edit it and how to format it, etc. So we'll go through all of that, and as we go through that, you'll start to get a real feel for it. And then obviously the next thing after that is how we start to reach out and connect. Once you do that and you're into the messaging, like honestly, that's all there is to LinkedIn. There's like read some stuff, publish some stuff, and speak to people. That's pretty much it. So all good. Yes.
Just a question, when we, for instance, want to do these fancy things on our profile, do we have to, is it like extra that we have to pay, or is it all, okay.
No, it's awesome. I did a really interesting webinar about a month ago for a company called Intuit. So they run the QuickBooks software. They've got some stupid marketing budget. They spend ridiculous money. So I took the two websites, right? So I took their website, I split the screen. On the left-hand side, I said, here's your very expensive website, which I'm sure they spent millions of dollars on. No, that's just how corporates are, right? They lose their minds. They probably spent millions of dollars on this website. And then on the other side, I pulled up my LinkedIn profile, which is free. And I actually did this little comparison for them. And I said, listen, see, on your website, you can do this. Well, guess what? On my LinkedIn profile, that's free. I can do this. On your very expensive website, you can do this. I can do the same thing. And I went through the whole process. In fact, let me find it for you. It's actually quite interesting. Let's see. I should actually have it relatively close to open. Yeah. Let me show this to you. It's actually really interesting. And then you'll see like the great power of this. Let me just find it without showing you the whole presentation. Let me share with you quickly. So this particular presentation. Let's just move us out the way for a bit. This is really just to show you the power of what you guys are building, in case you don't know. So this is their very expensive website. Goodness knows what they spend. So I joked with them. I said, no, okay, so you got this big banner on your website, right? That calls out people? Well, guess what? We have a banner also, right? That's the first thing. Then, of course, they've got their logo for branding. I said, oh, we also have a logo. It's called our face. Okay, so we have our own personal branding logo. Then, obviously, what a lot of the companies do with their websites is there's a little bit of hard-hitting text that basically lets people know they're in the right place, right? So we've chatted about that. Well, we have a thing also. It's called a headline. Then we spoke about contact details. Well, guess what? We have a button and we can put all the contact details we need. You can find them as well. Then there's the bit about themselves when you get into it. Oh, don't worry. We also have an about section that we can tell people about ourselves. And then, of course, there's the products and services page. Well, we have a thing called the experience section. And in LinkedIn, that, by the way, is the same as your products and services page. And so this is where we can actually show people that we have the experience to solve the problems that they have. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, right? So if you look at the typical website, oh, okay, so you've got a blog. Oh, we do too. We can put posts and articles and videos and all sorts of stuff on our LinkedIn profile. So you have a lead magnet to build a list. Yeah, that's fine. We've got a featured section. We can link anything to anything that we want on there. Okay, you have an email and some newsletters. Oh, that's nice, but your deliverability is a bit crappy, because your stuff goes into spam. Well, we also have, we can do direct messaging. We can also have newsletters, and actually our deliverability on LinkedIn is 100% guaranteed. Oh, and we have a database of 1 billion people. What about you? So it's kind of interesting, like when you look at it like that, right? That's literally how powerful our LinkedIn profile is. So it's quite incredible, this thing that you're building, and you look at it and you think, and yeah, it's free. Every single thing we saw there is free. There's a paid version, but that's not to use the basic features. That's really when you're starting to you look at things like Sales Navigator and you're doing serious outreach on LinkedIn. But yeah, incredible, hey, that they give us that unbelievable free value. So LinkedIn, it operates like a lot of other businesses where they give you something that's free, and then they say, okay, now if you want the paid version, we'll give you more features, or we'll give you more access to current features. That's all that LinkedIn is, right? It's just that their free thing is so damn good that they've got 1 billion people to say yes, right? And not only to say yes, like most of us, when we get a free thing, we enter a name and email address. No, we enter a whole profile. It's just like brilliant, right? So that's incredible marketing ever. And then what they do is then they sell us Sales Navigator, or if you're in the recruitment space, they've got different products there, and then they charge a lot of money. So that's where they make their money. But the free thing is incredible, and it's the most unbelievable lead magnet you've ever seen. That's fantastic. So yeah, that's what we have. So okay, let me get rid of Intuit. And
James,
yeah,
apologies from Jared. He's feeling a sick dog. So
oh,
he
shame,
apologizes.
man.
Yeah, he's really feeling awful. So he says he would push through normally, but he really is feeling as sick as a dog.
Yeah, there's quite a few people just recently have come. I don't know if he's got flu or something. There's quite a few people I know is like, that's weird. It's all out of nowhere. But all right, thanks. All right, so let me share a screen. So just in relation to today, just make this a bit bigger so I can see all of you should I need to on second screen. So today we're going to start on the about sections, but just before we do that, let's have a look at what we've done today. So the first thing, very important, we picked our niche. We identified that group of people with a similar set of characteristics that are most likely to buy our stuff, right? And we looked at some external stuff, which was basically a combination of things, and we can combine them any way we want. So is it the particular industry? Is it a particular job title? Are there other demographic characteristics? We then looked at our own business and said, where's our superpower? And we corroborated that by looking at existing clients and saying, okay, well, existing clients is evidence of success. Can we find more people like them? And then we defined our niche based on that. And then the next thing is we came up with our magic message, which is in in one sentence the thing that we do. So that idea of if I could give you a result you 100% really want. So that was solving a big problem that people have. And if we could, we'd add a timeline to it. And then we'd also eliminate an objection, which was kind of cool. And then last week, we took it up one more step and we looked at the banner and the profile picture. And so we said, look, the banner has got two pieces to it. So it's got an underlying image, and then we've got stuff that we can put on top, right? And the underlying image could be something very simple where it didn't necessarily represent exactly what we did, and then by putting stuff on top we could represent some of the stuff we did, or we could have an image of somebody who or an image of something that would represent what we did. Like for example, we looked at the photographer because she had a camera on her image. So there's different ways to do this, and the big deal here is that people would know that they're in the right place. Okay, so let's go back. Hang on a second, let me just stop this share. So let's just go back and have a look at what you guys did for that this week, and then we'll get into the next piece this week. So Alicia, you first. So do you guys want to share screens? Let me actually give you that permission. So if you haven't done this, then you must hang your head in shame, sit in the naughty corner. If you have, great, show it to us. If not, and you've just written it out, that's fine. Then you need to speak to Alicia so she can help you do this.
Okay, let me just find where to share my screen.
If you scroll your mouse down the bottom, there's a big green button that says share, and then you can easily share from there. On the Zoom controls. Are you winning?
I am, but now my computer wants, I just need to set the permissions. So maybe go with someone else. I'll just quickly sort out my permissions because my iMac needs permission.
Chantal's going to love this.
No. I was sharing, wait a second. I was sharing our LinkedIn profile page.
You can share your LinkedIn profile page.
What are we sharing? You're listening. I don't know.
I want to share last week's homework.
Can I make you a suggestion?
Of course you can. Love your suggestion.
Can you not just do it on your side and actually go in? So you could type my name or Chantal's name or Alicia's name. Oh, there's Alicia.
I can, but it might not be that's what's happened. Some people may not have got it up. That's okay. We're just trying to get you thinking so that you can phone Nisha if you haven't, so that she can do it for you. So, all right. Can you make that any bigger? If not, we'll have to squint. Oh, there we go. All right. So cool. Okay. So tell us what was going on with your thinking with a banner.
So this one again, this is my kind of like the lady with the camera. So we deal very much with tech stuff. So if you, I don't know if it'll let you show, but it's got like the ring light, it's got the cell phone with the selfie stick in it, it's got the computer with the website. So it's kind of to paint the picture that we are tech heavy. And again, the marketing guys will get it. Sort of like someone looking for a photographer. If you see the camera, then you'll get it. Okay. So, and also we kind of are eye candy people. So for me, it needs to look pretty.
In terms of that idea of putting a message on there, like in terms of text, was that not something that resonates with you?
No. Again, it for me, I'm sort of in the middle zone. For a client, I might do that. But for me, this is my profile. So my work one has got like the logo in it and all of that. But for me, yeah, this resonates more with me, if that makes sense, and my vibe and kind of what a lot of the followers or not followers, people like me kind of have this sort of vibe happening. Doesn't mean that I don't think it doesn't work. This is just my personal approach to it. And yeah, maybe I would switch it out from time to time. I know a while back we had a lead magnet that we did, which was a sales funnel kind of thing. And then my LinkedIn profile had that. So it was like click here, and it had arrows, and it had like get this free. So I do change them from time to time. This is what I've got at the moment.
Okay, cool. So Lisa said a lot there, actually, that's very valuable and pertinent, right? So she didn't follow the brief, eh? Completely. And I asking her the question about why she didn't, because I like that idea of calling out. Her answer was actually very firm, and it was, well, actually, my people, and that's all we care about. Okay, like we don't care about it. Like if we like that or not is irrelevant, right? The fact that her clients like that and that her clients resonate with it, and she explained to you when she showed you the picture what was on there and what was going through her mind. That's what's really important. So you don't absolutely have to have it on, right? And the other thing that I will say to you always, and I think this is so important in marketing, and particularly when when I'm dealing with clients, is we often know better, or we think we know better, and then we speak to clients and then we give them our point of view, and then clients will come to you and they'll say, no, I don't like this for whatever reason. Sometimes you can be right and you're right, but like if you try to ask the client or sort of push them into a direction and they don't buy into it, it's a mess. Like they will never sell that thing with conviction. So you have to be comfortable in it, right? She wasn't comfortable doing that. That's not her thing for this. And so therefore that banner works for her. And you can see the banner works together with her image as well. And also when you start to read the magic message or the headline, because that's what people look at. So basically what we've done, right, up till this point before today, you've handled the first piece, you've handled the thing that makes the impression. So this is what people do. Like I goes to the banner, have a quick look at the photo and the name, because at this point, if we knew that doesn't mean anything to anybody, and then they get into your magic message. And when you look at all of those together, because that's what the eye does, the eye takes that in as one image, and it makes this decision, like, okay, do I like this? Don't I? Am I in the right place or not? So that's what we've handled, and you can see how congruent this makes us. And people make these decisions within a split second. They're going to look at that, and based on what they see there, they're going to say, okay, this is for me, or no, it's not. And if it's not, cool, bounce. That works for both of us. If it is, well, guess what? Now you got to go read the rest of the profile. All right.
And I think that the big thing for me also is exactly like what you're saying, is that for me, like the way we approach this, it changes. So this is not something that I will keep up like this for indefinite time. And it's also not just a photo of a beach that's random, like what I would maybe use as a Facebook kind of cover image. So what if we go this route where it's just image, it must still be specific. It mustn't be a dog because I like a dog, if that makes sense. So I'm 100% in agreement with what you're saying and what you're saying in the course and all of that. And I don't want to confuse anybody else by saying don't put text in there. That's not at all what I'm saying. This is just where I'm at the moment from my side.
Well, also that other point that she made, your LinkedIn profile can be quite a dynamic document. So as she was saying, they did a very specific promotion, and then they changed the banner for that. I do that. Like if I'm publishing a new book, you better believe that that's what's going on there. Then the profile changes, to talk about that. Or if you're launching a new course or something, or a new program in a month or 2 or 3 months time, then by all means change it. So like you can chop and change this all the time. Even for myself, sometimes if I'm, as you know, I deal with accountants and financial advisors primarily. So I never deal with both of them together. So I might be doing a campaign where for 3 months I'm just speaking to financial advisors. Then I might tweak it just for that, and then move over and do something for accountants. So you've got ultimate flexibility with this. I'm just trying to teach you one thing so that you get the principles. Once you have the principles, you can chop and change this thing every week if you wanted to. Well, maybe every 3 months, but I think you get the point. Okay, Chantal, dare I ask you now? You have this like confused look on your face.
You're picking on me now because I don't even know how to share a damn screen.
yeah, I'm not picking on you. You just happen to be next in my in
I can
in line.
I can go into LinkedIn and I can take a screenshot and put it on the WhatsApp group.
So no. Share's easy. Okay, so take your cursor, right, and just sort of scroll to the bottom of the screen, and then you'll see all like the Zoom icons pop up at the bottom, and there's a green one that says share. Just click that,
Yes.
and then you'll see your screen, and then just click that, and it'll share.
Okay, what am I clicking on now? There's stuff
Can you
here that
can you see your LinkedIn profile?
no. I would have to go into my Google browser to see that.
Okay, so do that, and then
Okay,
click share, and then you'll share
okay.
that. Yeah.
Listen, yeah, I've told you technology is not my forte.
Oh, we're gonna get technology to be a forte before this is over. We all go together in this journey, and we don't leave the technologically unsavvy behind. That's not how it works.
Hmm.
Are you
Okay,
winning?
it says me. Okay, now I go back into Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, go share.
Yeah. And then you should see your LinkedIn and just click it.
Okay. Is it sharing?
Not yet, but it's coming. Here you go. Wait. Hey, look at that. She shared. See, technology has arrived. Well done.
I couldn't
Okay.
fit my thing in. I couldn't fit my logo in nicely, but it's in.
Okay. So then you need to speak to Alicia.
She's busy.
It's not too busy for you.
To her. No, I've spoken to her, but she's very busy and I'm patient. I'm a very patient person.
But okay, talk us through what's going on there.
Well, everything I said last week really doesn't fit inside there because 200 characters is practically high. So I shortened it. I made it to the point. Wanting to sell or rent your home? Give me a call. That's it. Finished for now. Because this was just very overwhelming. I can't find the little X's to go out of things. People's things kept popping up on my page, and I couldn't get it off. But no, I was overwhelmed. Sorry.
Okay, but listen, that's not a bad message. It's like there's no confusion. It's like, hey, do you want to do this? Call me. You can put a bit more into it, and I'll help you with that a bit later. But it's not a bad message. So well done. Okay. So now let's talk about your banner. What's going on your banner? Talk us through that.
Firstly, it's too big. Secondly, it's perfect because that's who we are. We are the property shop, and the little heart there is part of our banner because we put heart into our work. Okay.
Is that your logo?
Well, that's our logo. Our logo, and that's it. Yes. I don't.
Okay.
Our logo says enough. I don't have to put anything else there.
Your logo doesn't say enough. If I didn't see your message, I wouldn't really know what that means.
Okay.
And I add my 2 cents as well.
Yes, please.
Don't make me scared.
No, not at all. I think what a lot of company owners don't understand, and we deal with this a lot, you love your logo. You love your brand. You know your brand. I don't. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing. So by putting the logo there, I don't see any of the messages that you're talking about. I just see a logo. And that's what he was saying about needing to add a message. So you need to add a message first and make your logo smaller. Your logo is the solution to the problem. Does that make sense?
So what do I have to put there? Like,
you've got to create a banner, sort of like what.
Do I need to go back to the campaign and create?
In fact, your message that you've got wanting to sell or rent your home, that would actually be perfect for your banner. That would be a kick-ass banner, and then you could put something more substantial. Yeah, you could, sure. Yeah. So this is where now, and I'm serious, listen to me. This is where you go to Alicia and you ask for help, because this is not your forte. And I'm not being facetious. I'm the same. Like, I do not know how to design jack. Okay. I can look at it and tell you that it's bad, but I can't fix it. Like this will take you forever, and you won't do half as good. She will do this in 5 minutes. I promise you. You give her the brief, she knows what she's doing, and then there it is. You will be out for days, and you'll be putting your hair. And it goes for all of you. If you are graphically challenged, seriously, just give it to someone who isn't. It's my best advice to you. Yeah. So yeah, let her create something for you. she'll take your logo, she'll put it in a corner somewhere so it won't be lost. She'll find the right image for you, and then that's a cool message that you got there. You know that message, it's kick ass, like right in your face, and then we'll create a different message for you. I'll work with you, and we'll fix your message. Yeah. So, but well done. Okay. Like that was freaking awesome, actually, from somebody who's technologically challenged, that was phobic. You actually have a banner, it's up. So well done. And the message is good. So congratulations. I think that was a very good effort. See? You're on mute there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, cool. Bianca, show us.
I'm going to put me to shame here. Okay, so I have several challenges here, and one of them is I need to try and figure out how to delete my one LinkedIn profile that I just don't know how. But I'm going to try and share my screen. Let me just try here. I don't know how to do this either, but let's see. Okay. Just tell me when you see my screen.
We'll tell you. Coming. Okay, we see it.
I don't know why my photo is not being displayed on my computer, because on my phone it shows.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm maybe limited on my laptop. I don't know.
Shouldn't be.
I just find that is very strange.
You're not signed in. That's why.
Okay. Then
Well,
that
actually,
I think
it's
I
not...
am restricted from our work laptop, to be honest. So I don't think I am going to really be able to do much from my end.
Okay, don't sweat.
I do everything on my phone, but there it looks a little bit better. Okay, but what I'll tell you is, so with the CISA at the back, I didn't have chance to do it. I was busy. I wanted to do it smaller, and then I also wanted to incorporate like a picture, legal type picture, books of some sort of legal.
Okay.
And then my only thing is, with using off Canva and those things, you need to obviously, you have to pay for that. So I'm not sure if it's not.
You don't.
I'm struggling terribly.
No, you don't have to be on a paid version. No, you don't. There is a free option on Canva which you can use. The only difference with Canva is that, like, I wouldn't design a logo in Canva because you never really full own it. But I mean, for banners like this, you can do Canva definitely, and you just make sure that you use the free option. So some of the images you'll see they put like a watermark across the images. So don't use those, but use the free option. But you definitely can use Canva for free.
Okay, I think I just need more time to maybe sit and work on it. So that was my idea, was to do pictures, legal type of pictures. Just didn't get time to. I have tried to work a little bit by adding in like contact. I don't know how to do the contact button type of thing, the fancy things that you guys do.
I'll show you. Yeah. So you got there your magic message: key accounts, senior legal advisor, CISA Partners Division. Okay.
It looks very squashed up.
Yeah, it does. We need to fix that. What? Partner Division support.
It doesn't look right on here. If I look on my phone, it looks right.
If we can give you financial freedom while you determine your own schedule, would you be interested? It's a very confusing message. I don't get it. So I'm playing devil's advocate now, as I choose. I know what you do, and therefore I'm trying to play prospect, and I'm reading that. And
can I explain to you why I'm saying it like that? So the division that I am in, obviously, is getting business partners on board. Okay, maybe I don't know if I'm supposed to include something about referrals. So if they get referrals in, they have financial freedom. We will obviously compensate them, plus they do it within their own schedule. So I'm trying to say something in line of that. So when everyone's
trying to say too much,
is it?
Because I agree, it's also confusing. Or put that sentence at the end of it, because you want us to start reading. If we could give you financial freedom while you determine blah blah blah, then you can put key accounts, senior. If that part is important to your industry, put that at the end. Because now when we read that first, and then we don't understand how it connects to the rest of it.
Okay, so should I then put my actual title under that, like key accounts, whatever, senior legal?
Your title's going to pop up on your LinkedIn profile anyway,
You
so
don't
I
need
can
that.
put it in there.
No, nobody cares. I hate to tell you this.
Don't
Only
you?
you
Okay.
care, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. So, how you want to think about this, right? Is so as not to make it confusing. You are targeting somebody very specifically. Okay, that person that you are specifically targeting. The question is, why should they deal with you? What are you offering them? You need to try to encapsulate that offer so that I know when I see that you're speaking to me, and that's what the offer is. Okay, so financial freedom and that, yeah, okay, fine, but what's the offer? I don't know the offer. Is what I'm saying. So you want to get to that a lot quicker. So if you can show me what that is, then you can explain some of the other stuff. As Nisha said, but that offer needs to be fairly clear. Like, hey, I'm talking to you, and this is what I offer if you work with me. And then the financial freedom bit can come at the end, and then if you really have to, you can put your position. The position is almost irrelevant, yeah. But you
So I
might
just think my name.
you might say, well, your name's there. You don't have to write anything.
So then can I take out like key account senior legal advisor, partners
Yeah.
division? So
Yeah.
I don't need to include that then at all.
No.
Cool.
That's in there. I mean, if you needed to, you could talk about you might use the funny enough, strategic partners, because strategic partnerships is kind of a technical term. I don't know, is that a term you guys use? How do you refer to your partners in the industry?
Us.
Yeah.
We'll call them Orchards Partners. That's our program is called Orchards Partners. So
Okay, well, nobody knows what an orchards. No one knows what an orchards partner is. What?
Technically strategic partners, yes.
Okay, because there's a designation for people that do strategic partnerships, and if you Google the word strategic partnerships, you will find lots of people. Not Google. If you stick it into the search on LinkedIn, you'll see a lot of people come up. So that's a word we'll understand. So you could bring the word strategic partner or strategic partnerships in when you talk about what you do and who you do it for. That would probably be quite good, because people might be searching for that, and then they would understand, and that sort of takes away the need to put your key accounts senior legal advisor in. Okay, so you got quite a bit to do, right? You want to think that through, and then you want to go back to your banner, because you still need to come up with that image, etc. I mean, that logo can be small somewhere in a corner. It really doesn't need to overpower. It's like, what do you do? And then you need to come up with that, what you do. So the what you do, yours is quite interesting. I would still make reference to what the company does. So in that legal compliance, that needs to be in there, so that I know where I'm at. But you could also you could always talk about strategic partners in that space. Okay, so just apply your mind there. There's some interesting things that you can do. All right, well done. Thank you for that. Who's next? Esther, you're next.
I'm just driving. Can you pick someone else? I will be able to share just as soon as I'm.
There will be no sharing and driving. This is not allowed. All right. Mel, you got to step in. That's kind of cool.
With pleasure. I'm just swapping to my other device.
I thought you were driving as well for a minute.
Sorry, guys, I was just sharing and working off two devices. Yeah, here we go. So, is that beginning for you?
Yeah. Okay. Tell us what's happening there.
Okay, so obviously the focus now is on sleep. And so I took your advice and the clouds and the dark night to sleep, talk about night. Some people don't see that view because they're sleeping well. Other people just see the stars and counting the stars. So I took that one. I think it could be a little bit dark. I'm not sure, but I thought I'll start with that. And then obviously I'm offering sleep solutions to stressed professionals. And then I heard what you said in terms of maybe having an opportunity to, if they want to explore some more sleep strategies, then they can click there and they actually have access to a free sleep ebook, etc., etc. And then my magic question, and obviously I wasn't here last week, so I didn't get to show that, but that was, if I could show you how to enjoy a good night's sleep within 30 days without becoming addicted to sleeping tablets, would you be interested? So
Yeah,
that's my view.
that's great. Does the job. If I had one criticism, it would be that maybe some of that text is a little small.
Yeah,
And you've got a lot of white space
Yeah.
to the left. I would just use it.
Okay.
So it's tough to see your call to action there.
Yeah.
I'd probably remove that there and stick it in the link below, or I'd stick it into the featured section somewhere. So I'd make that more of a feature. But no, the image is cool. I mean, it's just nice. You're using it well because you've got the white text on it.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that you've taken the one thing out of the millions of things that you're doing. You'll see it'll help you tremendously. And again, you're the prime candidate for changing this thing around. So
Yeah.
the reality that we find with what we're doing is that, and you'll see this a little bit later on now, is where you're gonna do different campaigns, and you might decide that you're now tired of the sleep campaign, if you'll excuse the pun, and you want to do something else. Then you can go ahead and you can literally change the picture, change the complete message, and off you go into a new direction. But that's really nice. I like that.
So just to clarify, you would keep this part, the sleep solutions expert for stress professionals, and you would take that away and put it somewhere else into the space. Is that what you would do?
So yeah, probably.
So this bigger,
yeah,
because
that can be front and center. So that, because remember, a lot of people also are looking at it on mobile. So you want it to play on a mobile device. About 60% of people see it on mobile. So the bigger you can make your message without messing your image. But your image, I think your image is well balanced, because you got the clouds sort of bottom right. So I think if you move that more centrally and you drop that last piece, I think you can definitely expand that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
But yeah, but good. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
All right. Okay, so Esther, are you parked yet, or do we need to speak to
there. I'm just gonna join on the laptop now. I'm almost there. Unless you want to take someone.
Okay. Well,
else.
Noctula, are you able to jump in? Yes. Noctula?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. How's it?
I already reported that I'm a naughty child. I couldn't finish
just sit in the corner then.
Yes.
Okay, no worries. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just keeping a little bit of eye on the time. I better dive in and just get to today, because I've actually. How are you guys for time? If we run a few minutes over, I can't. Damn it! I can't. So let me dive into this, if you don't mind. Sorry. Let's get into today. So what I want to talk to you about is the about section. So I showed you that little preamble in the beginning where we were comparing the two sites. Now the interesting thing is, if you take websites across the world, they've done studies, when people go to the website, the first free choice that people have to click on is the about section. So obviously the home page is the most visited URL. But once you get to the site, now you can click anywhere, right? You can scroll, you can click on the menu items, etc. Most people click on the about section. And so LinkedIn is fully aware of this, and because they are trying to emulate website best practice in this unbelievable one-page website that they've created for us, they put it front and center, right? So for most of us, the about section, you can't even change that word about. It's right there, and it's literally just below the attention grabber, and that's what we've done. We've now sorted out the attention piece up here, and now we're getting sort of to the business end. We do only have 2,600 characters, which can sometimes be a little bit of an impediment. So this is quite interesting to try to get that done. That being said, what do we put in this section? There's actually a heck of a lot that goes in here, and we'll sort of run through the different bits and pieces. But essentially, the one thing you do need to remember about this is that think of it almost as your sales page, for want of a better description. So what you'll find is if you were looking for a job, for example, you'll find that recruiters look at the about section in a lot of detail. When clients are looking to see if they want to engage you, they're looking at this section to try to find answers to their questions. So there's a few things that we're trying to do, right? The first one is firstly to remember this is, even though it says about, not about you actually, it's actually about your clients. That's the most important thing. So they do want to know who you are. And when we talk about who you are, we're not just talking about you in the professional sense, right? People actually want to know who they're dealing with, because you know we still deal with people. We don't buy from companies as a rule. So it's not just as I say, a very professional. It'll be a little bit about, you know, who you are, what are your values like, you know, what sort of person are you, you know, what sort of interests you have. So a little bit of insight into you as the person. Obviously what you do, this is from a business perspective, how are you going to help them? And one of the biggest things that you can do is tell people why you do it, right? Because that's one of the easiest ways to resonate with people. Is like, okay, so why do you do what you do? Oh, and why have you decided to help me particularly? If you can answer those questions and it makes sense because it's authentic, all right? And it should be. I mean, those are some of the things that we looked at when we were choosing the niche. And now you're starting to see how all of this plays through. We're going to do that. You'll find that this section, because of that, this personalization and this authenticity, and this is the piece that makes your profile different to everybody else, right? Where there's a little bit of personality, for want of a better description, in there. This starts to build a relationship with our prospects and our clients going forward. And you know, if you are sitting with somebody and they're asking about your products and services, they can ask you a million questions, and then you can answer those questions face to face. But if we accept the premise that our profile is actually a sales page, you have to be able to anticipate what those questions are going to be, and you want to answer those questions on your about section on your sales page, because you can't do that in person. And you'll find that this is a very effective sales page. It works without you. It works 24 hours a day. And it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you in this little process that I'm showing you. So last year in December, I actually built out a whole product, which you guys know about, on how to create a LinkedIn profile. So there's like 4 hours of training in there, and there's all sorts of stuff. And so I studied probably thousands of profiles to come up with that, and looking at literally hundreds of some of the best profiles I could find in terms of the about section. I had like spreadsheets, and I was like analyzing it, and like these things were in it. It was a crazy thing that I was doing. But when I cut through everything at the end of the day, I realized that obviously different businesses can sometimes have slightly different profiles and about sections, but most good profiles had these 7 very specific pieces. Okay, so if you look at this as a template, it's a pretty good template for you to actually apply. What you'll find is numbers 1 and 2 should go there in that very spot. Number 7 should stay in its spot. The rest of these you can mix and match. Doesn't really matter. But you typically want to try to have all of these things covered, because if you do, it tends to answer all the questions that we need to really turn a prospect hopefully into somebody that firstly accepts your connection request, but then gets into conversation and hopefully eventually becomes a client. So what I want to show you with this is that if you look at my profile, and I really just copied and pasted it, I follow actually exactly this template. So you can see exactly what I've actually done with it. And obviously these are the sections, and that's the piece that relates to the hook and the value prop statement, etc. So there's 2 pages of this. The only one I didn't do was this one on personal relatability. And I didn't do it because I just did not have space, right? 2,600 characters. Sometimes you just got to choose, which is what I did. So if you want to look at the practical example, by all means have a look at that. What I want to talk to you about now is this idea of grabbing prospects' attention. So my personal opinion, obviously, other than the headline, is without question, right? The about section is the most valuable piece of real estate on LinkedIn. It does so much, and I would say certainly in my world, and most of my clients, it's probably responsible for more of the sales than anything else, right? The problem is that there is a stupid little see more button over here, right? So you can write this wonderful 2,600 character about section, and if people do not click on the see more button, they do not see that, and then we've lost all of that power. So the question is, how do we get them to click on this button, right? That's very, very important. And the answer is, well, we have 2 things, right? The first thing is what I call an opening hook. And a hook is what it sounds like. It's designed to hook them in, to stop them scrolling, right? Because people are scrolling a million miles an hour. I want them to get here and say, huh? Okay, that seems interesting. Maybe I should click the see more button. Right? That's kind of the thinking. And then again, I like to just position the value proposition statement. Now, the value proposition statement you already have, most of you. So this is going to be quite easy. And let me show you what I mean. So let's start off by looking at the opening hook. So there's some ideas that you can apply to stop people in their tracks. So the first one, for example, here's the template. So you can state a relevant pain point that you help your niche solve. Okay, that's definitely something you can do. So here's an example. This probably be my example where I'm dealing with helping people to generate leads. I say legislation is making it harder to generate leads and clients these days. Now, in my world, I'm dealing like with financial advisors. They're so stressing because they used to do cold calling and cold emailing and all sorts of stuff. Now they can't, right? Poppy's there and it's kicking their behinds. I could have even been more specific, and I could have said, hey, Poppy, the Poppy Act is making it harder to generate leads and clients. Like I'd have had them like this because they know, right? So that was one example of me creating the hook. Because if I'm saying, hey, the Poppy Act is making it harder to generate leads and clients these days, like they're saying, yeah, okay, and then immediately they're thinking to themselves, okay, do you have an answer for that? And then I've created a bit of curiosity. Another way that you can create a hook is to create a start link statistic or an industry trend or something that again resonates with your ideal client. So what I've said here is that LinkedIn has over 1 billion members, including more of your ideal clients than you can service in a lifetime. So a lot of people don't know that. When suddenly they realize that there's that many, it's like, really? And then I've just, just make sure that they know what the benefit is. Okay, there's essentially more clients than you'll ever know what to do with. Right, so that could be an example of something that might pique enough curiosity to stop the scroll. Say, okay, well, tell me more. I click the see more button. And then the one that I actually used was something interesting about yourself, because remember, this is still your personal profile. Okay, and so I'd say that I lost my audit practice, because I didn't know how to generate clients. Now, in my case, remember, they would have started at the top, and I'm supposed to be like lead and sales generation guru guy. Meantime, I lost my practice because I didn't know how to generate clients. So there's a little bit of a paradox there in a sense. So this really does stop the scroll for a lot of people. I lost my audit practice because I didn't know how to generate clients. That's definitely something that gets the people that I'm speaking to resonate. And obviously, because I'm specifically talking about audit practice, people in the financial space are resonating specifically with that. Okay, so those are ideas of creating a hook, right? And so in terms of homework, just let your imaginations run wild and run with this, right? So you've got the 4 options here. Just think of some ideas and just like pop anything that comes to mind, and then pick the winner. Whatever you really like, then just go and create a hook over here. Okay. So again, it's a startling statistic, a motive industry trend. a common pain point, something interesting about you, or something that stops the scroll. Okay, just that's essentially what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to stop the scroll with something that is a little bit of a pattern interrupt. It's a bit outside of what people normally do, and it just piques curiosity. Okay, and then let's just look at the value proposition statement. This is really simple. So remember when we created our magic message, we said, if I could guarantee you, and then we'd come up with a value proposition, would you be interested? Well, just drop the if I could guarantee you the would and would you be interested. So you basically turn your magic message into a statement. Right? So you just go and say, listen, I help, and then your target market to achieve a specific result. You can state your method if you need to, or you can talk about a specific amount of time, and then again remove something that they hate. So my example again, so I help accountants and financial advisors to do what? To generate at least 2 new clients every month from LinkedIn without having to pay for advertising or posting content. Okay. And the reason that I like to do this here is because, again, people's time is fairly limited. They're scrolling fairly quickly, and this either interests them or it doesn't. And if they've got down to this point, bearing in mind that they've already seen the banner and everything, hopefully that's already piqued their interest above, they're going to click on it, right? I'm not introducing new information here. I'm not trying to do something else. If it worked at the top, it's going to work here. And so if we have a look at this, and the way that that I put this together, and the way that you want to think about putting it together, obviously. Go ahead and fill in your template. But let's have a look at the completed piece, which is at the bottom, and I hope you guys can see that. So the first thing I've done is I've stopped the scroll with a hook. So I said I lost my audit practice because I didn't know how to generate clients. Okay, and then what I've done with a hook is I've used the hook sort of as a springboard or as a bridge, if you like, to lead into the value proposition statement, so that it's not an unrelated set of statements, right? And so I use words. That's why. Okay, so hey, I lost my practice. That's why, and now I get into it. Today, I help accountants and financial advisors to generate their own leads and clients every month from LinkedIn without posting content, paying for ads, or buying appointments. Right. So if that statement is not of value to you, you're not going to click. If it is, because I've probably got your attention, and you'll see I've even bolded this. I've got your attention with this. Chances are you're going to click on this and get into the rest of the profile. This last page is just a summary for you of everything I just told you today. But your homework for today is to fill in these 2 sections, right? So you'll start obviously with this. So create a hook and try to make that hook congruent with your value proposition statement. And for those of you that need the cheat code is this: is you don't need a hook, just use your value proposition statement. If you put a hook in, then you're not like everybody else. If you just put a value proposition statement in, a lot of people do that, but this just makes it a little bit more vibrant and definitely gets more curiosity and stops the scroll. So value proposition statement you want to have, but if you can put a hook in, it really is a great way to get the process going. So in a nutshell, that is all I wanted to cover with you today. Do you guys have any questions on that?
Can you maybe, sorry.
Go, Chantal.
Can you maybe put the link in the chat group again? I don't see that I have it.
I will do so. 1 second.
I think Esther is back at her computer, so she can share hers, just that.
Okay.
And then I have a question.
Okay, there you go. For everybody, it's in the chat. Shoot, Mel.
So when I do a talk, I have a very powerful why of why I do what I do. And my question would be, it would obviously be quite a thing to be able to turn that, because obviously when I share it, it's a very personal but powerful why. The magic trick would then be to turn that into something that when you read it, it has an equal value in terms of the power, rather than just the emotional thing of me sharing. Does that make sense? So that would be one of the important things that I would put in that space that you're sharing now. if I'm hearing you.
You may or you may not. So in let me share with you again just quickly. When we were talking about this, when I showed you the full flow, right? The next piece is in fact the why story. That's where we would really get into the weeds. So you can. So it wasn't really my why story. I was just using it as a it just kind of made sense to use it as a, I suppose, as a bridge or a springboard or a trampoline into it. But that's typically not where you would put it. And the other interesting thing as you'll see is I've created this because this works for everybody. When I'm coaching one-on-one, typically I concentrate very heavily on the why story. And sometimes, other than 1 and 2 and 7, because they do different things, the rest of this section is actually all about that why story that you were talking about. So it just depends. Sometimes it's, as you say, it's that powerful. And when you tell a story, you can put anything in the story you want. So you can answer all of those questions that I've just shown you with a story. It doesn't have to be, black and white. Here's the list of this. Here's the list of that. The story can explain that. So that might be more applicable in your case than potentially what we're going to do. But no, the story has its own very special place.
Okay.
Because it's that important. Yeah. Esther, do you want to share quickly?
I would love to. Let me just find it here. So I have two pages, if I can say. I've got my personal one. Oh, what is happening here? Okay, can you see?
We can. Zoom is showing you a toffee, but
This?
tell it to go away. Go away, Zoom. Go away.
Okay.
All right.
So I've got my personal one, and I've got my business page. So I'm not sure which one to show you, but
personal.
Okay, so this is the personal page. I wanted to put more stuff on here, but obviously everything of mine is online. So I just found I have a laptop, but I wanted to sort of put logos here of like Zero and maybe stars and whatever's to try and sort of link it to my work. But yeah, this is what I've had, so I haven't actually touched more, but after your session last week, I thought maybe I would make the banner a bit more relevant to what I do, and maybe in there put some text about what I do. But in my this section here, I sort of outlined what I actually do. So yeah.
So typically the banner's job is very quickly to draw the eye and to let them know they're in the right place.
Yeah.
Then your magic message gives them a lot more detail in terms of that, right? So as you remember the formula for banners, the what's specialist to the which industry.
Yes, yeah. So I still need to work on that part.
And you could just say accounting helping small businesses grow or something like that. It could literally be as simple as that. I like your idea of those logos into the computer. So if you kept that as an image, that's really clever. It would actually work really well because anybody that has any idea about accounting would know what all that stuff is.
Yes, yeah.
Everybody knows what the SaaS logo looks like. A lot of people will know like Xero or Sage or QuickBooks or something along those lines. So that's quite a cool idea. So you could definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Otherwise, all good. I got about a minute, and then I literally have to be online with another client. So I'm going to love and leave you. But well done, guys. Thank you again very much, and we will see you all same time, same place next week.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you know what? One thing I did and I didn't do for you. Hang on, I need to give you something.
While you're doing that, let me just say thank you so much for this journey. I know we're only partly down the road, but I certainly, for one, I'm loving the journey, and it's certainly challenging me, taking me out of my comfort space. I know that it's uncomfortable for some others too, but I know at the end of this journey, we are going to be rocking, and it's also going to be an opportunity for our brand to just be on another level. So thanks, James.
Yeah, I know you guys are welcome.
Thank you.
Just hang on, because now I'm flipping losing my mind. I just got to find this thing. There we go. You would think I would know what the URL is. I created this for you guys. Oh, why does this say copy? It should not be.
Are you talking
Okay.
about the replays and slide space?
Yeah, this doesn't work at the moment, but it will. I'm going to give you a URL. Just copy this. I only gave it to you, Mel. I didn't give it to everybody else. This
Yeah.
doesn't work at the moment because I've done something stupid, but I'll unstupefy it a little bit later tonight. So every single session that we've had plus the note are there. So if you ever want to watch a replay, or if you forgot something, or you didn't get the notes or something, and I'll do that every week, or as long as it takes us to finish. So just copy that URL. I don't know what I've done, but I broke it apparently. I will fix that for you shortly. So at the end of today, so I've got a client right now which I'll deal with. After that, I'll download this and then load it all up, pop it on YouTube, etc., so that you can access it. And so sometime tonight that'll be up. So from tomorrow or later tonight you'll actually be able to access it. Right. Cool.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Jay.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Keep well. All right. Cheers.
Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.